Hello and welcome to our beloved parishioners. I'm Bailee.
I'm Ashley.
And this is Praise Be to Pod. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a very special treat for y'all tonight. We are doing our super special Wednesday youth group movie night episode. We haven't done one of those in a while. So we are going to be reviewing a movie that is very special to you.
Yes.
I saw for the first time last night, and I'll explain why in a second. But please, Ashley, introduce the movie.
I'm sure it's not a big mystery why Bailee couldn't watch Hocus Pocus till last night when she was in her 30s.
Yep. I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween growing up, so I never got around to seeing Hocus Pocus. So I got to watch it with Ashley for the first time last night, and we're going to talk about what it was like.
So I'm going to bring us back to 1993 to where we were when Hocus Pocus came out.
Ooh, it's a good year.
Some of us were alive.
Not me.
And some of us were not.
So Jacob and I were not alive, but you were. And Bill Clinton was president.
Okay, so movies, the biggest hit of the year was Jurassic Park. This movie was also coming out in the same year as Mrs. Doubtfire, Schindler's List, and The Fugitive.
Those movies could not be more different from each other.
Pretty big movie year for Blockbuster. And the year before, Aladdin had come out. Also not on your list of movies you could watch.
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Yeah. The popular TV shows at the time were X-Files, Beverly Hills 90210, Full House, which I remember, and Saturday morning cartoons were a really big deal.
Okay.
We had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Animaniacs, Darkwing Duck. I liked that one the best.
I have, but didn't have TV. So
I am not surprised.
Yeah.
You also were dead. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Pre-death.
Teen sitcoms and family-friendly content were dominating TV. And the music scene was dominated by alternative rock and grunge.
Ooh.
Like Nirvana and Pearl Jam. We also had Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. Ace of Base, my first CD ever.
Really?
Yep. And the famous Meatloaf song was a popular single. I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Okay.
Do you know that song?
No.
Oh, you two babies.
You know, I'm tiny.
So obviously the in-fashion trends were big flannels, ripped jeans, Doc Martens, baggy pants, everything you're seeing today.
Honestly, this is one of my favorite eras of fashion.
It's pretty nice.
And movies. I think all the best movies come out of the 90s.
Oh, wow. Well, you just saw another one, so we'll wait and see what you thought of it.
I guess we will.
The internet was just starting, so people didn't really have that like accessible yet. Bill Clinton was president, like you said before. The European Union was established, so they went to the euro. I remember I was really bummed about that because my grandma and grandpa traveled a lot, and they went to Europe and they brought back like so many coins from all these different countries. And then when they went again, it was just a euro. And I was like, what a bummer.
Yeah,
one coin?
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I don't get coins from all the countries.
Yeah.
Bummer. And families, unlike Bailee, were really into Halloween. So Halloween in the early 90s was very neighborhood centered. It was very cute. Lots of trick-or-treating. You know, people weren't like scared of kidnappers much yet.
Yeah.
So it was cute and nice. And Bailee was just hiding out in her house, not allowed to show people she was home.
Yep. Hiding out like
Anything
a Cold
else to
War
add?
drill. Well, the 90s is when the Great Halloween Blizzard happened, which we've talked about.
1991, yeah.
In 91?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I thought it was later than that.
No.
We just talked about it. So I'm sure that just shifted the entire zeitgeist of Minnesota.
I think we forgot about it.
Yeah. I will say I love when I'm scrolling through TikTok on my For You page, there's a lot of nostalgia core. And a lot of it is like suburbia in the 90s and early 2000s. And it just, it transcends me. Somewhere.
Idyllic.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. It gives me, I can't explain the feeling, but it feels so comforting and scary at the same time.
You probably know this because you're in communications, but
Maybe.
Millennials specifically are really attracted to nostalgia.
Why is that? Because I am so nostalgic.
It's like part of our demographic. I think because we came of age in the internet.
Yeah.
And so like we had a before and an after.
We
of the
do have
internet.
a clear before and after. We also
like before social media,
Yep.
you know, life was really different and it was a lot more tactile. And I don't know why else, but I know in market research, like in marketing, if you're marketing to a millennial, you reach them with nostalgia, and you'll see it like we're now the target audience for like Super Bowl shows and stuff. So like all the audiences are like all the commercials are really nostalgic. If you look at
Yeah.
last year's commercials, it's all hitting on nostalgia. Like all the packaging is coming back from like retro stuff.
Oh my God.
They're all trying to hit the 30s and 40s.
That really makes
It's
sense.
crazy, huh?
We also had like a millennium shift.
Yeah.
So that we do have a lot
We
of
did a
before
lot.
and after.
Yeah.
9/11 was a huge before and after marker for the country.
Yeah.
And then now we have like a 9/11 every other day, but I don't think there's as much of a before and after effect to
and
national
it's always
news now.
in your phone that you see right away.
It is. I feel
you
like I'm
don't
just
have
getting punched
these
every day.
Where before it was like the communication was everyone has the story of like I was in school or I saw on the TV or this has happened then. Like it's not, oh, I got a text.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So anyway, speaking of nostalgia, a nostalgic movie for me was Hocus Pocus. I watched it, I don't know, every year. I don't remember when I started watching it. I wasn't a kid. Like I was, not a teen yet either. I was young, but when Hocus Pocus came out, I don't think it wasn't very popular. It actually bombed in the box office.
Did it really?
Yeah.
You know what? It does have cult classic energy, and
It's a
those
cult
always
classic.
don't do very well
Yes.
when they're released, but they do over time.
But I want to tell you some bad planning on the marketing team at Disney. They released Hocus Pocus in July.
What? Oh, that's
And
dumb.
they were fighting Jurassic Park in the box office.
Oh my God.
So if you're taking kids to a movie, are you going to take them to Jurassic Park, every kid's obsession
Right.
in the 90s? Or Hocus Pocus, a Halloween movie in July?
Yeah.
So I don't really know why they did that, but
Was it
didn't
an
do very well.
attempt to do like the Thanksgiving in July thing where that's kind of when you want that weather the most, is when you're in the dead of summer and
None
you just
of my
want it to be
research
cool?
showed that.
Yeah.
I think it was a miss.
Because it probably was, but I feel like that's when I crave things like Halloween and Thanksgiving
Yeah.
is when I'm really hot and I just want to wear a sweater.
Yeah.
And so having a Halloween movie released during that time, especially since it wouldn't be overcrowded by all the other Halloween content, kind of makes sense. The Jurassic Park thing in particular is what threw me off.
Yeah, it wasn't great. So it only grossed $40 million during its initial run against a $28 million budget, which is a total flop.
Ooh, that is a flop. Wow.
So typically to make a successful movie, it'd be at least 3 times the budget, I think, because they spend at least the budget on marketing. All right. So anyway, some more fun facts about Hocus Pocus before we get into the review is the role of Max was offered to Leonardo DiCaprio
Really?
because the casting director was impressed by his role in Once He Did Gilbert Grape.
I mean, he was so good.
He's an amazing actor.
Yeah, he was really
It would have been great if he
impressive
was
as a
in
young
this,
person
yeah.
in that movie too.
The guy
yeah.
who played Max did a good job.
Yeah. This is funny because I rember thinking, oh, that haircut is so Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I
They were
really
looking for the Leo
that haircut
DiCaprio
is so
too.
cute. Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell was offered the role of a Sanderson sister, but she didn't want to play a mean witch.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
To each their own.
Which is funny because she doesn't have a great reputation these days
Yeah, I
for
think
being like
she is a mean
positive
witch.
person.
Maybe it was
The
too
other
on the nose.
day I was speaking to Danny about like how, that's when Rosie O'Donnell was straight or when she was obsessed with Tom Cruise. He was like, what do you mean? She wasn't always out?
No.
And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It was such a big deal when she came out.
Yeah, I don't remember that specifically, but I remember that being part of her story.
Yeah. Did you, I'm assuming you were too young because I was a kid when her show was on, like her talk show.
Yeah.
It's like very family friendly and she'd always talk about her crush on Tom Cruise.
Uh-huh.
It was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Then it was
I
like,
don't remember
her
that.
beard or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Bette Midler is quoted as saying that Hocus Pocus was the most fun she'd ever had in her career up to that point.
Oh, that's
There
so
was
darling.
No citation for that in Wikipedia, but someone said it.
Amazing.
But I'm sure it would have been fun. It looked like a really fun movie to me.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's get to the forbidden fruit for Bailee. Hocus Pocus. Did you see your mom just behind you shaking her head while we were watching it?
I was, while I was watching that, thinking, if my mom had no context for that movie, at what point would she have turned it off? And honestly, I think that the sexual content would have got her before the spooky stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, there's witches brewing potions in like the first scene.
There is. I think that she was so disturbed by sexual content. I think that the parents are really loony. I think that she would have freaked at how much he was teased for being a virgin.
Yeah.
That she would have lost her mind with that. I also think that the neckline of Sarah Jessica Parker would have freaked her out. Also, the Madonna costume that the mom wears.
Yeah.
I think that really would have gotten her the most.
Yeah. And Sarah Jessica Parker is like just a horn dog the whole time in the
so
movie.
Fun.
Like
She's like one of my favorite parts. Yeah, that too. But I think that to me was, she would have been more disturbed with that because it's supposed to be a kid's movie.
Okay, yeah.
Than I think the witchy part of it, because it's so hokey.
Yeah. It was originally supposed to be actually really scary. And the kids were supposed to be much younger, like 10, 11, more like a Stranger Things vibe.
Yeah.
And
love
really
movies like that.
scary. So they changed it once Bette Midler got in the cast because they're like, oh, she's funny. We want to make it funnier and lighter. So that's what I read on the internet. Okay, so it opens with Thackeray Binks noticing his sister Emily is missing, and then he follows her to the Sanderson sisters' cottage, and then the three sisters are casting a spell to steal Emily's life force and make themselves young again. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I do remember there being a line where Sarah Jessica Parker says something like, I'm going to be young again and the boys will love me or something. And I remember thinking, like, you mean to tell me that all of this was because they wanted to look good in the male gaze?
Of course.
And that checks
this
out.
This is the 90s.
That checks out. Yeah. No, that definitely checks out. So one of the things that I noticed that was really funny was there's a common theme where they never actually do it, but I think that they want to eat the kids or steal
like
their
sucking
life.
their spirit.
Yes.
So they do it for Emily.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's how they become younger.
Yes. That reminded me a lot of the conspiracy theory in QAnon, which is an insane conspiracy theory. I cannot believe it's as widely believed as it is.
In QAnon.
In QAnon, yes. Where there is an underground satanic cabal of like Democratic and Hollywood elite. And they are basically trafficking and kidnapping children to harvest this hormone called adrenochrome out of them to keep them young forever or for a really long time. And that chemical is only created in someone when they're experiencing terror. So they torture kids.
Yeah, they showed it right in this movie.
Literally. So I remember watching it and being like, is that where they got the idea for the adrenochrome theory? Was Hocus Pocus?
Yeah, they need to take a look at Emma Stone's basement because she's looking amazing.
Looks really good. Anne Hathaway too. She just looks younger and younger every day.
So if you're looking for the adrenochrome lab, it's somewhere over there.
Yep, exactly.
I did a little bit of research while we were watching the movie because I was curious about this child killing witch that we see in a lot of stuff. And that started in medieval Europe because in early Christianity, church leaders began labeling pre-Christian or pagan healers, herbalists, and midwives as witches. So these people that would, help people, but they weren't the traditional path.
Yeah.
They were a witch. And then by the 15th century, witch hunting manuals accused witches of murdering infants, stealing children, and using their fat for flying ointments.
Whoa.
Symbolic accusations meant to demonize them. So it was really rooted in religious propaganda, and witches were seen as agents of Satan. And harming innocent children, which are seen as pure and godly, was the ultimate evil. Okay.
I wonder if this is the root of why people get so offended when women say they want to be child free. They always interpret it as you saying, I actually want to watch children get murdered in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
When there are so many people who love kids that just don't want to have kids, but it is so deeply
I'm one of them.
offensive. Yeah.
Yes.
When you say that, and there's so much, I think a lot of the childless cat lady witch, old like cranky feminist, blue haired, they them propaganda is very, it all like kind of is put together, and a lot of it is rooted in child hating. 100%. And in my mind, I'm like, I mean, I can't think of anything more child hating than having children if you don't want to and are not able to take care of them. But I digress. I'm curious as if this is where a lot of that framing comes from.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk later about it. I have it later in the outline, but more about how witches are labeled and like why it's so with women, you know, it's kind of just like a force to label women again.
Yes.
Okay, so they're in with the witches, and then Thackeray tries to intervene,
What a name.
but is instead transformed into an immortal black cat.
So cute.
And then the townspeople finally arrive a little late. Emily's gone. They capture the sisters and they hang them like an old school Salem witch trial. And then before they die, they cast a curse that they will return when a virgin lights the black flame candle on All Hallows Eve.
Which is so specific.
Why is it always a virgin?
That it was...
And how would the candle know?
I thought that theme... you could just feel it, you know.
You just like nail when a virgin enters the room.
You can tell when you see him. No, I feel the same way. That theme also never comes back. Is it historical, like in a spell or something?
Virgins?
Well, I know that there's
I don't know.
witchcraft spells that are satanic where you like sacrifice a virgin.
And it also, historically, it seems like people only care about women's virginity.
Yeah, so maybe this movie was ahead of its time.
This was ahead of its time because it's a male virgin.
It was also a child. Of course, he was a virgin. He was like in high school.
He was like 15.
I know.
Like that should not surprise anyone if they
but
are
it surprised everyone. Even there was this fun scene where there's an adult. I think
it's like the cop.
Yeah, where
The
he's
fake
like,
cop.
"You're
He's
a
like,
virgin."
"You're a virgin?"
And I'm like, "Yeah, he's 5."
Like, are you a pervert?
Like the townspeople are like make fun of him for it. Adult, but it's
so
a very
sick.
age appropriate milestone to have not achieved yet.
We don't need to be shaming
It was so weird.
15-year-olds for their virginity.
No kidding.
Okay, so then we get to the virgin in modern day Salem. We're in 1993 now, and we see Max Dennison, the Leo DiCaprio alike. And he's just a cool kid who moved from LA to Salem. And he's like, I just want to be in LA, Mom. And they're at school, and the teacher's telling the story that we had just seen. And the teacher is in school is wearing a big witch hat and like all decked out for Halloween, like obsessed with Halloween. Because it's supposed to be like, this town loves Halloween. The teachers love
Salem
Halloween.
is like that. Salem is a huge Halloween destination.
We should go.
I have
We really need to go.
taken the commuter rail through Salem on the way to Hamilton, Massachusetts, out of Boston. And so I was in the more rural part of Salem, and it's very spooky and swampy.
Yeah, we need to go there.
Okay.
And that's where he meets Allison, his love interest for the movie.
She's a little cutie.
And what would your mom have done if she had seen that your teacher was celebrating witchcraft wearing that hat?
I mean, she would have shut off the movie long before we had gotten to this point.
I mean, if you were Allison or Max.
Oh, and my teacher. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have been in school on Halloween probably, but I think that.
I forgot. You were allowed to go.
I think that it's one of those things where it in and of itself would not be the straw that breaks the camel's back. But if it was the only thing that happening, I'm sure she would have been upset about that.
Got it. Okay.
So she also wasn't very controlling about other people.
Your mom.
Yeah, it was more just how she monitored her own children's behavior. So she didn't tell them they couldn't celebrate Halloween at school. She would just pull us out.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's appropriate.
I would agree. She was good about that.
So then Max tries to get Allison's number, but it doesn't work. And then he rides home to get bullied by Jay and Ice in the graveyard.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
Tell me more.
I just think that those kids are so dumb and they keep making fun of him because he's from LA. Who gets bullied for being from LA?
It's like one of the coolest towns.
I know. And they steal his shoes.
And they call him Hollywood.
That's right.
Yeah.
I wish someone called me Hollywood as a bullying
I
nickname.
know. And they have, one of them has his name shaved into his head. And they're making fun of Max.
That's true. I forgot about
that.
They're
so lame. Also, they look so old. Like way older than Max.
They look like they were super seniors.
They look like they're not virgins.
Yeah, I don't know who would have had sex with them, but yeah, they probably at least were trying to front that they weren't virgins. I probably shouldn't be saying that about obvious minors.
Well,
those high schoolers
they
are
weren't at
so
the school.
unfuckable.
They weren't at the school. They were in a graveyard being bullies.
But they knew, maybe.
There's no, like, they didn't know who he was. There was no reference to them being at the school. They were just like civilians in the city being terrorists.
But that knew he was from. Maybe they weren't. Yeah,
They're like, oh, you're new because it's a small town.
They're
bud.
not contextually placed anywhere.
No,
In any
I
group.
think it's okay to talk about their sex lives.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so then Max storms into his house with no shoes, and he's greeted by his super hot parents.
Okay, so hot. The dad? Are you kidding me?
I know. He's like 35.
Yeah,
He does not look old enough to be Max's dad.
Yeah, I guess not. He was so hot.
Super hot, both of them.
Yeah.
And then they say, how was school? And he says, sucked.
Yeah,
And then the dad says, watch your language.
that's right.
I think it's so funny the things that parents in the 90s were so mad about their kids saying.
Yeah.
Sucked?
Oh,
Why?
I couldn't say sucked.
I know a lot of kids couldn't, but why? Because it's sexual or something?
That sucks. I don't know why.
It's so weird.
I don't know.
The things that people couldn't say.
I wasn't allowed to say fart.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. My mom thought it was crass.
Yeah, but like, do you have to say toot? That's disgusting.
It's worse. It's so embarrassing.
Mom,
It
but
was.
you're gonna make me such a loser.
I know I was. I was
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
loser.
I hate that. I couldn't say, oh my God.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Got in trouble with
I would have gotten
that.
shot in the head.
Obviously couldn't cuss,
Yeah.
but I didn't have these like really strange rules. Like I can't say suck.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah.
What other ones? Can you think of anything?
I think that fart and sucks are just the ones that really stand out right now.
Okay, so then he gets home after getting in trouble for saying sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And he's arguing with his sister Danny
Mm-hmm.
about Halloween because she wants him to take her trick-or-treating. And he doesn't want to go. And he's like, too cool.
Mm-hmm.
But do you remember how cool his room was?
Yeah, I do.
Like,
yeah,
why was it like such a fever dream to see a room with stairs in it as a teen?
You know what? That is a common theme in early 2070s movies
Yes.
where their rooms were so cool and
Like,
I
so
could
weird and
not
cool.
think about anything else
Yeah.
except for the envy I felt. I felt that in Princess Diaries.
Yes, I was like, I want to storm up some stairs
It
and
was
pout.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yes, there were so many really cool rooms that had
Like lofts.
lofts. Yes, lots of loft spaces. Mm-hmm.
Also, is this what it's like to have a little sister?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
I didn't experience that. So,
Yeah, no, very, very accurate.
okay.
Mhm.
Same, Jacob? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then Max and Danny go to a little party and then they find Allison and they convince each other to go visit the old Sanderson sisters' cottage because Max doesn't believe in all this hocus pocus.
Yes.
He mocks the legends and lights the black flame candle, which is how we know that he's
It's
a
in the
virgin.
prophecy, yeah. Oh, yeah. Classic.
And then the Sanderson sisters return. Chaos breaks out, and the kids escape with the spell book. The spell book gifted by Satan himself and bound with human skin.
That would have sent my mom absolutely over the edge.
I never caught it till we watched it last night.
Oh, that would have been, I mean, we, like I've said 1,000 times already, we wouldn't have gotten that far in the movie,
Yeah.
but she would have done a sermon about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like-
oh.
a public campaign.
Yeah, about how, the culture is polluting kids' minds.
Yes.
That would have sent her over if a book from literal Satan bound by
Yes.
human skin was featured in the children's movie.
With an eyeball.
With
With
an
a
eyeball.
live eyeball.
With an eyeball.
And that's where we also meet the 1993 Thackeray Binks,
Mm-hmm.
the black cat, the talking cat, which reminds me a little bit of Sabrina and the Teenage Witch. She had a cat that talked to.
Yeah, I do love
I think
black
that cat's name was Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so then I got into a hole thinking about, okay, the Sanderson sisters are back. They're rolling into their cauldron in the spell book. Where did this where did this imagery come from
Mhm.
of this? So the image of witches around a bubbling cauldron comes instead from European medieval and early modern folklore, especially in 15th to 17th century England and Scotland.
Okay.
So people actually had a cauldron as a common household cooking pot at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time it became linked to witchcraft because I don't know why, but it did.
Well, I have a theory.
I have it here.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Tell me your theory.
I think so. my last name is Payne.
Uh-huh.
And Payne is an English name
Yes.
that is over 1,000 years old.
Uh-huh.
And it comes from a translation from the word pagan,
Uh-huh.
which also is a derivative of the word peasant.
Uh-huh.
Because when the Church of England was turning over to Christianity, they used slurs to describe the English townspeople who were peasants who wouldn't, but were still pagan. And so I think that there was a lot of poverty associated with people that still practice witchcraft.
Oh.
And when I think of like a cauldron, I think of like a poor working class person making their own food.
Yeah.
So the associated imagery with poverty with witchcraft.
Wow.
Is that correct?
Very nice. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I
Sounds
feel like
great.
It's, like it's not a stretch.
Not a
I don't know if
stretch.
it's true or not.
I do have that in the 1500s, there was an artist that started painting witches brewing concoctions and cauldrons, and it kind of
Okay.
moved through more imagery.
Mhm.
And then Shakespeare had it in his plays, which then was pop culture.
Right.
And he did the Double, Double, Toil and Trouble from Macbeth
Okay.
in 1606. And that was 3 witches chanting over a bubbling cauldron.
Okay.
So that's basically Hocus Pocus, the
Mhm.
movie. But he probably got the idea from the Paynes.
Definitely. From my
It's probably all
family.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of spell books comes from real texts of magic, astrology, and alchemy that were in Europe at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then often mixing kind of pseudosciences with spiritual things and Christian prayers and folk rituals, kind of putting them all together.
Yep.
So then by the 1800s and 1900s, the fairy tales and storybooks kind of had this same visual,
Mhm.
like spell books with creepy eyes and
Yeah.
incantations, just like in Hocus Pocus.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like that new or novel, but I was like, when did this start and why do we have this idea of women as witches? I don't know.
Mhm.
So it's just, I like to do a little research here and there.
Yes.
So then we realize that the kids get away from the witches in their house. And then the witches realize they must suck the life from a child before sunrise
Mm-hmm.
or they'll turn into dust again.
Brutal.
So the kids and the black cat run through the city trying to keep the spell book away from the sisters until dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when Bailee yells, "No."
Oh yeah, this was tough.
Tell me why.
Well, because I thought that Binks had died, the cat.
Yeah. So Sarah Jessica Parker in her horned up state.
Yeah, I loved her, by the way. Also, her hair was gorgeous. She was looking good.
She sits on a bus driver's lap
That's
and
right.
then runs over Binks
Yep.
in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bailee almost cries.
Well, I didn't cry, but I
said
definitely-
almost.
I was pretty upset.
Sad.
Mhm. I don't
So
like seeing
sad.
animals get hurt in movies.
I agree, but I knew
It's-
he'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
And then they keep talking about Max being a virgin.
A reoccurring
when
theme
the
that we keep
officer-
going back.
This is when the fake officer asks him if he's a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Which is
an adult
insane.
man. And then one of the best parts is when the witches blend into the Halloween celebrations and
I
go to
love
the
that.
party at
Mhm.
City Hall. Oh, before that, they go to Satan's house.
I don't remember that.
Remember, they go into that man's house because they're like, Satan.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
And
Yep.
his wife is inside, like chain smoking with
Yeah.
rollers in her hair and like
That's right.
drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So then obviously he's going to dance with horny Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, that's right. Because I think he's Satan.
Yes.
That's right.
And then like the quirky witch gets like shocked by TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was so weird.
So funny.
She was so weird.
But I think the best part of the movie is when they go to City Hall and you see all the costumes and the parents are there
Mhm.
being hot.
I was because I was trying to observe my reaction to it because I knew I'd need to talk about it. I was so irritated during that because I hate parts of movies where kids are trying to convince their parents that something is real. And the
Mhm.
parents are like, it's not, it's fine. And the parents like gaslight them. I hate
Okay.
that as a subplot, which is very common in a lot of
Kids'
those
movies,
types of
yeah.
movies. Yeah.
True.
Mhm.
I wasn't ever allowed to watch movies where it seemed like the kids were too smart over the adults.
Which was so common.
yeah. My dad was always really mad about Saved by the Bell because the principal was an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't like not allow me to watch it, but he didn't like
Mhm.
it.
My mom was like that, but
Awesome.
about smart wives and dumb husbands. She just thought it made him look for both of them. She was like, it makes him look dumb and her look tightly wound.
Yeah.
And now okay, well, let me see something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see the real story then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked the hot parents and the song "I Put a Spell on You," amazing.
It's okay.
That the Sanderson sisters sang. You weren't entranced.
It irritated me. I don't know why.
Interesting, because you were still so mad about the parents.
I was mad about the parents, and I also just don't think it was a good song. I thought it was cheesy. I thought it was a reach.
Wow, it's Halloween in Salem.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I thought it was going to be more campy and clever, and I didn't think it was.
Oh, I could sing it right now. I love it.
Okay. I mean, to each their own. To me, it's not a terrible thing. I just remember listening and being unimpressed.
Okay. Yeah, Bette
With
Midler,
that specifically.
unimpressive. She said it.
Oops. Continue.
Okay, for 1993, I really thought there would be a lot more inappropriate Halloween costumes. I only saw a few, like culturally inappropriate costumes.
Sure.
But I did read in Wikipedia for Hocus Pocus the movie that they used a lot of like Easter eggs because Disney did the movie, so they used costumes from other movies.
Oh, cute.
In here. The only one I knew, it was like really old reaches. Like I didn't really know the movies they were talking about, but the only one I knew was Tron, like the original Tron.
Okay.
They had like a Tron costume in there. That's cute. Okay, so then we see the kids lure the witches to the high school and try to burn them in the kiln. And then the virgin, Max, and his love interest, who they never talk about her virginity or not, which is kind of refreshing for a 90s movie and a woman.
Yeah, actually.
They only talk about boys.
I would agree.
So ahead of their time.
Yeah.
For talking about teen virginity.
I will say if it had been a young girl talking about her virginity, it would have had a lot creepier of an overtone to it. Especially if the male cop was like, you're a virgin.
Yeah.
It would have been inherently sexual. Whereas they were trying to make fun of him for being a virgin, which is sexist in its own way that a boy would get made fun of for that, not a girl. But it makes sense that they picked a boy.
Yeah. But they fall asleep on his cool steps because what's a better place to sleep than steps?
Yep.
And then it's like not too sexual. They're not in a bed.
Yes.
So they can just fall asleep on the
like a
stoop.
Yeah, like
cute.
Leaning on each other.
Then they wake up and realize it's 5 a.m. Oh no. But their parents are still partying.
Yeah.
Party animals.
I know.
Madonna and a vampire. And they decide to open the book. Big mistake.
Out of curiosity, even though Binks told him not to.
Yeah, he's sleeping. Also big mistake. So then what happens?
Well, there's this light that's emitted from the book that is similar to, I guess, the light from a lighthouse. So the witches are crashing out on the other side of town. They're really mad. They know they're going to die.
Yeah.
They think all hope is lost. They just start moping around. And then what's her name? The oldest witch? The main witch? Bette Midler?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Bette Midler. Winifred. Thank you. And then Winifred looks out the window because she wants one last look at, I guess, the earth. And then she sees the light emit. And she knows that it's the book. It felt a lot like The Ring and Sauron in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Bringing it there.
Yeah. Where the book wants to be reunited with her.
Yes.
And so it was...
Yeah, they're friends.
calling out. The Satan book.
Yeah.
So she sees that and she gets really excited. So then the witches get on their respective brooms and I think a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
And they go to the house.
Yes. And then they capture Danny. So that they can steal her youth.
Her adrenochrome.
Her adrenochrome. Yeah. And take her back to their little cottage where they can make a potion.
Yeah, which they have the bullies. They found them in in cages that are dangling from the ceiling.
I think they were like, oh, it's 4 a.m. Let's go watch babes undress in the windows.
Was that what they were doing? There was a reference. I feel like, was it in the cemetery that they got captured?
I don't know. Too boring.
Yeah. Okay.
But somehow they end up in cages. And then everyone comes to that little cottage and they trick the witches.
Yes.
With their big brains.
Yeah. And the witches are dumb.
They're idiots.
Which really surprised me because I would expect them to be more clever.
Yeah.
And kind of maniacal, but they were all of them were very dumb.
Well, I think it was trying to communicate they were dumb because of technology. Like they didn't
like they were
know
out of
the time.
place.
Yeah.
They felt still dumb.
I agree.
Even contextually.
But like they tricked them with their headlights.
Oh, with
Like
the
they
sun.
didn't know
yeah,
what
so they
headlights were.
Okay, a lot
Yeah.
of it was that.
Yeah.
You're right.
So anyway, they trick them. They get Danny back. Then they run to a cemetery because that's where they can't stand.
They can be. Oh, what was the context of the cemetery? It's not the salt, because she puts the salt. She could put the salt around her anywhere. I can't remember.
They can't step foot in the cemetery for some reason. Salem, like the cat tells them that right away.
Okay.
So you know that's the rules of the witch, but they can fly around and try to kill you.
Yes.
And then, I don't really remember what happens, but I guess
A zombie
the sun comes up.
Some puritanical zombie is resurrected.
True.
Yeah.
He's been running around for a while.
Yes.
We just kind of left him out.
Uh-huh.
His name is Billy Butcherson.
Yeah.
Winifred's zombified ex-lover.
Oh. I didn't know
Yes.
there was lore.
Yeah, so they talk about him earlier. I think the cat tells the kids, oh, he has a curse on him because he cheated on her.
I thought, so when he is resurrected, he starts talking about the witches like they would have historically in Salem. So he seemed like he was an OG witch trials guy.
The zombie?
Yeah. And that when he woke up, he started chanting things like these witches, like maybe he even says burn or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
He's mad at them because she cursed him.
Oh, okay.
She's the one who made him a zombie.
Okay, I
sewed his mouth shut.
misunderstood that then.
And then dawn comes up and the witches turn to dust.
Mm-hmm.
And Bailee exclaims, oh, finally.
I was so relieved.
She was ready for them to die for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then Bailee had a moment because she realized that Binks is about to die.
Yeah, that really bummed me out. And I knew it was going to be a forever thing.
But don't worry. Binks and his annoying fucking sister are now Puritan ghosts.
Thackeray or whatever. Once
Yeah.
I remembered that Binks was actually a man, it made it a little easier. Like, I didn't grieve it quite as much. It was Binks being an actual cat dying that hurt. But when I remember that his soul was just being, I guess, released, I was like, I guess
It wasn't a cat soul. It was a man soul.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go. He wanted to be reunited with his family.
It had been several
so I guess
years.
it makes sense. It was just the limp body of the cat that just fucked me up.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So now he can haunt, him and his sister can haunt Thora Birch.
Yep.
Yeah. The kids watch the sunrise. They are safe. Victory is theirs. And back at the ruins, the spell book's eyeball opens.
Yes.
So it's kind of a hint that the magic may come back. And then we do hear, as the credits are rolling, Ice and whatever the blonde man's name was, singing Row, Row Your Boat in the cages and around.
Yes, that's right.
Which is not what I would choose to do if I was in those cages. But
They were taking it really well, being in the cages, which surprised me because they don't seem like they had a lot of emotional regulation, but it felt like they were
chilling.
pretty confident someone would rescue them when it was very obvious that they were about to get killed.
Yeah, they were chilling for sure.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, let's just sing. And they were just bored in these cages when they were clearly going to die soon.
And when the eye opens, it kind of leaves you to think like, oh, there could be a
sequel or
a
something.
sequel.
Mm-hmm.
But in 1993, in July, this movie did not do well. So there was actually a sequel last year on Disney Plus.
Whoa.
You don't know this?
I saw.
Wasn't it last year or 2 years ago? 4 years ago?
That was last year.
Oh my God. I really thought it was last year.
Regardless, that is very recent compared to the fact that this first
Since I've lived in
installment was in
Minnesota.
the early 90s. I knew that
Because it was such a cult classic. And they had all the same actors. Like none of the kids. It was a different story. But like all the same witches were in it.
Wow.
Okay.
Did it lead off of the eyeball book opening?
I can't remember what happened, but I remember thinking that was cute, but I only watched it once. But it's on Disney Plus, so you can watch it anytime you want.
Okay. I'll think about it. I'll
Yep.
pray about it.
Yeah, you should pray about it.
Yeah, I'll pray.
So I did look up a little bit of why are witches usually women.
Oh, I'd love to hear about this.
So basically, gender bias.
Mm-hmm.
So during the European and colonial American witch hunts, 1450 to 1750, almost 85% of those accused were women. And societies were patriarchal, and women were often viewed as morally weaker, emotional, and therefore susceptible to the devil's temptations. So midwives, widows, and women who lived outside traditional roles, unmarried, childless, outspoken, or poor, like you were saying before,
Yep.
were often the first accused.
That makes sense.
So there was a fear of female power, and witch became shorthand for women who had influence outside male control through healing, sexuality, or spiritual knowledge.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
That is such a common theme in colonialism across the world, is like people in power come up with or not come up, but they practice these specific spiritualities to their people. They find ways around the oppression. They are not, able to receive medical care. So they come up with these potions or alternative remedies for healing. And then it gets labeled as witchcraft or demonized or appropriated.
Yes. And so in Christian theology, Eve tempted Adam. So that narrative kind of linked women with sin and disobedience in the world of Christianity. And then it kind of evolved into seeing women as more spiritually dangerous, leading to the idea that women could be conduits of evil.
Interesting.
And early witchcraft texts explicitly argue that women were more likely to serve the devil because they were weaker in faith. Which, have you ever been to a church? It's 70% women.
I would agree.
When I was trying to date a church man, there were none to be found. It was all women.
Yeah. Whenever I hear a red pill Christian guy talk about how there's no more good women, I'm always so confused because when I went to conservative churches, that's all that were there.
All women.
And I'm not even talking, it was the type of good women that they claim that they're looking for. I don't know what you're talking about. There are so many women who want traditional relationships that are in church. It's literally a joke in churches is that the only people that go there now are women.
Mm-hmm. So over time, this history that I talked about shaped pop culture, and witches became an archetype of the transgressive woman. And from Snow White's evil queen to Hocus Pocus sisters, witches were framed as funny, sexy, scary, but always powerful women who break norms. I think it's really interesting.
I think so.
Because they are scary. You know, they're powerful. They can't just be put down.
Right.
And then in modern portrayals, have you ever watched The Craft?
No.
Oh, it's actually kind of scary. I just watched it for the first time a few years ago. But you might like it. It's interesting. It's about actual witches.
Yeah.
Today. And then men can also be witches. They're called warlocks. But they tend to be intellectual and wise, like a sorcerer or a wizard.
Yes.
And the double standard really reflects gender expectations.
I would agree.
And witches who are women are sexual and, evil and maniacal, manipulative and smart.
They're
not seen as just intelligent.
Well, it's weird too because during the witch trials, when actual people, women, were being killed for perceivably being witches, it was because of things associated with progress. They were learning how to read or do math or whatever it was. But then the pop culture version of why witches are because they want to be young forever and beautiful.
Yes.
So it almost is a way to cheapen the intent of women to be they just want to be fuckable for longer. When it's no, an actual historical witch was more of a social justice warrior. Yeah. And was doing things to move progress forward. But I think that, they love the narrative that they're just hypersexual and that they just want to be beautiful. Yeah. Because I think the thought of a woman not prioritizing her own youth is so dangerous.
Her looks.
Because that means that she can gain power and wisdom at the same time. And I think that the patriarchy really benefits from us believing that we reach our prime in our 20s. Because the older you get, the smarter you get. And then you're typically more powerful when you gain wisdom and resources.
Totally. Does the movie hold up watching it for the first time as an adult?
I thought it was so cute.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Okay, good.
It was really cute. And I thought it felt really cozy, and visually it was what I was hoping it would be. Massachusetts is such a beautiful place, New England in general. It's a great setting for a movie like this, and it felt very cozy.
Oh, good. I didn't think you liked it.
I mean, it was still a kid's movie, so it was whatever. But I thought it was really cozy, and this is silly. I really like the color palette.
Totally.
In there.
Yeah. It's very nice. It's very When Harriet Met Sally and Stepmom,
Yeah,
like
lots
very
of
fall
oranges
movie.
and pinks. The
Yeah.
sunrise is super vibrant as well. The sunset.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Oh, cute. And the fashion, amazing.
Yep, I thought the kiddos were cute.
Yeah.
Little Danny was really cute. Yeah.
Great. Well, anything else to add?
No, I think we
All
covered
right.
it.
We did it.
Yeah.
Blessed are the listeners, for they shall inherit a spell book that was given to you by the devil himself and bound by human skin. Find us on praisebetopod.com on the web and Praise Be to Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. It is finished.
finished.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.